Hey Commander players, it's EK, your EDH entertainer, and we're taking to the skies this week with a deck tech for Liesa Angels. In an effort to be flexible in your Rule 0 pregame discussion, this deck has the ability to run either Liesa Forgotten Archangel or Liesa Shroud of Dusk in the command zone. Given the polarity of having a graveyard hosing commander like Liesa Forgotten Archangel, it pays to be flexible when it comes to the table's experience at large. So keep it in mind that we can run either or in the command zone and just put the other one in the 99. But before we break this deck down in detail, let's shout out this video's sponsor, PinfinityAR. Pinfinity creates augmented reality collectible pins that bring your favorite fandoms to life with animation, sound, and interactive experiences. Pinfinity is revolutionizing the world of pins and pin collecting through their patent-pending augmented reality platform that enables pins to come alive through their free mobile app. You can support the channel by using promo code EK at checkout, and you can use it to get 20% off your first month of Pinfinity Plus, their monthly subscription box. This deck list is featured in Pinfinity's upcoming Allied and Enemy Signet set. The set brings Dan Frazier's Secret Lair Signets to life with augmented reality elements featuring commanders and decks crafted by some of your favorite creators. When you purchase the bundle of both signets, you even get this exclusive Arcane Signet pin as a bonus. With that said, let's break down this awesome Angels and Lifegain deck. Like I said at the beginning of the video, for the purposes of keeping things a little bit lighter, as well as fun and more welcoming, we're going to highlight Liesa Shroud of Dusk in the command zone, but feel free to run Forgotten Archangel if you and your playgroup are into that. She's just got some inherent polarization to her, so have that discussion before you have your game. Liesa Shroud of Dusk is 2 white, and a black for a 5/5 angel with flying and lifelink. And rather than paying mana to cover her commander tax, we can pay life instead. So if we're recasting her, we can pay 2 life instead of 2 mana to cover her commander tax. She also says whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. This Liesa is an awesome way to add or support a death and taxes strategy, which is a classic archetype in the history of Magic. We're going to support it with some light taxation by way of cards like Kambal and Suture Priest with a host of Lifegain and Angel Synergies. The Lifegain Synergies we're implementing will offset Liesa's group slug effect and are going to open us up to some super fun payoffs like Angelic Accord, Archangel of Thune, and Heliod Suncrowned. In addition to the Soul Sisters, which are Soul's Attendant and Soul Warden, we're running a few Lifegain engines that might be familiar if you're a fan of Lifegain decks in the historic format. Bishop of Wings, Daxos Blessed by the Sun, and Righteous Valkyrie are going to turbocharge our life gain and almost single-handedly take us over the breakpoints for Angelic Accord, the Book of Exalted Deeds, and Resplendent Angel to make us even more angels. We've even got 2 quirkier life gain payoffs that afford us some card draw as well. Cosmos Elixir draws us a card at our end step if our life total is higher than our starting life total, otherwise we gain 2 life. And then Sigarda's Splendor is a new card from this latest strip to Innistrad, and it's a little confusing, so let's simplify things and talk about how it works. Sigarda's Splendor is 2 and 2 white for an enchantment that says, as Sigarda's Splendor enters the battlefield, note your life total. And this is where something like an Infinite Token is going to come in handy. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater or equal to the last noted life total from Sigarda's Splendor, then note your life total. Whenever we cast a white spell, we gain 1 life. So say the last number we wrote down on our Infinite Token was 42. We're likely to have gained some life over the course of the last wheel around the table, so our life total is going to be 50. That's greater than or equal to 42, so we draw a card. Since we need to note our life total again after this check, we'd erase 42 from our token and write 50. We would then either need to maintain or exceed 50 life to draw another card from Sigarda's Splendor on our next upkeep. To help us make sure that when we gain life, we're gaining a lot of life, or even just that little bit more, we're going to run cards like Cleric Class and Angel of Vitality that say when we gain life, we gain that much life plus 1. Additionally, Alhammart's Archive is going to gain us double the life and draw us double the cards. It's an awesome set of synergies for Phyrexian Arena, Sigarda's Splendor, and Cosmos Elixir. Now, we talked a lot about gaining life to make angels, so what about other angels in our 99? We've got tons of those in addition to a bunch of stellar Angels Matters cards. Leading the angelic charge are 3 other legendary angels, and we've obviously got the other Liesa in our 99, as in Liesa Forgotten Archangel, who's going to allow us to recycle our creatures and provide graveyard hate, but we've also got Sapphire's Skyblade, who's going to make our angels indestructible, and Lyra Dawnbringer, who's one of my favorite cards of all time. She's going to give all of our angels +1/+1 and lifelink, which is going to be all the more fuel for our life gain payoffs. Filling out our supporting cast are some awesome sleepers that finally have their time to shine. Starnheim Aspirant is going to reduce the mana cost of all of our angels by 2 generic mana, and Marius Shepherd is going to give us some Reanimator and value potential with her landfall triggers. And then there's Archangel of Tides, who's going to split the difference on our Death and Taxes theme and our Angels theme. Archangel of Tides is 1 and 3 white for a 3/5 angel with flying that says, as long as Archangel of Tides is untapped, creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. Additionally, as long as Archangel of Tides is attacking, creatures can't block unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. We've got one final supporting piece to talk about before we talk about our deck's secret commander, and that's Firja's Retribution. Firja's Retribution is 1, 2 white, and a black for an enchantment saga that's all about angels and puts a serious clock on our opponents. Chapter 1 says create a 4/4 flying angel with vigilance. Chapter 2 allows our angels until end of turn to tap and destroy target creature with power less than the tapping creature's power. And Chapter 3 is where things get super crazy. Angels we control gain double strike until end of turn, and realistically, that's just going to get utterly out of hand. With that being said, I mentioned that our deck has a secret commander, so who or what could it be? Well, it wouldn't be an Angels deck, let alone a Liesa deck, without her sisters by her side. Unfortunately, because we're in Orzhov, we don't have access to the colors to play Gisela Blade of Goldnight or Bruna Light of Alabaster. However, because we're playing white, we have access to the corrupted versions of Bruna and Gisela that might just be spicier than both of those combined. Bruna the Fading Light is 5 and 2 white for a 5/7 angel horror with flying and vigilance. She says, when we cast her, we can return target angel or human creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield. That's Reanimator, that's awesome, and this is going to be able to hit almost every creature in our deck. However, her fallen sister Gisela is where things get really awesome. Gisela the Broken Blade is 2 and 2 white for a 4/3 angel horror with flying, first strike, and lifelink. She says at the beginning of our end step, if we both own and control Gisela the Broken Blade and a creature named Bruna the Fading Light, exile them, then meld them into Brazella, Voice of Nightmares. Brazella, Voice of Nightmares is our deck's ultimate secret commander, and if you can pull off this meld, an achievement unlock sort of moment for any commander player. Brazella is a 9/10 Eldrazi angel with flying, first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. She says our opponents can't cast spells with mana value 3 or less. This is completely backbreaking in most cases. All of the best removal, all the best card draw, combo pieces, you name it, they can't be cast by our opponents. It's the ultimate way to round out our Death and Taxes strategy in the most flavorful yet ironic way possible. Brazella combined with Rampage of the Valkyries is going to put the game state on lockdown for you and your angels. We'll be able to swing out safely, gain all of the life, and keep our opponent's boards in manageable shape pretty easily in order to close out the game. And the beauty of this list lies in how open-ended it is. Our deck is super flexible and ripe for power upgrades or depowering upgrades beyond swapping Liesa Shroud of Dusk for Liesa Forgotten Archangel in the command zone. We can add in the various black and white tutors or even Ranger Captain of Eos to add an extra draw and play pattern consistency to our game plan. Cover of Darkness naming angels will make all of our angels functionally unblockable by giving them fear. And fear just means they can only be blocked by artifact or black creatures, a perfect way to cap off Firja's Retribution's 3rd chapter. We could even weaponize all of our life gain and lifelink with Veto Thorn of the Dusk or Sanguine Bond, causing our opponents to lose life whenever we gain life. These effects get extremely out of hand with our deck extremely fast, so it's the type of effect to opt into because it might be too fast for certain tables. Aetherflux Reservoir is another high octane life gain win condition as well. We can pay 50 life to deal 50 damage to target creature or player, and having 50 plus life is pretty trivial for our deck to cobble together. The nature of holding a player's life as leverage on the stack just isn't for everyone's playgroup, so it's another kind of opt-in win condition. And finally, we can add a 2-card combo finish to our deck, and we're actually already running Heliod Suncrown by his lonesome, so really we're just adding in 1 card, and that's Walking Ballista. These 2 cards in tandem represent infinite life gain and infinite damage, and again, it's just not the type of combo that's appropriate for every table. Again, I'd like to give a super special thanks to Pinfinity for sponsoring this video. Pre-orders for the Allied and Enemy Signets are live right now, so pick up both sets of signets, get your free Arcane Signet pin as a bonus, and make sure to use my affiliate code EK at checkout to support the channel. I'm for sure going to be rocking the Orzhov and Boros signets on my bags, lapels, you name it. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ding the bell icon, and help me fight the evil algorithm overlords and the control players by liking this video and leaving a comment. I'll catch you next time.